Yes, I'd like to speak to Immoral Timothy, please. Yes, I can hold.
Here you are, Filthy. Oh, you like it hot and steaming? The tea, I mean. I say, what a tremendous pleasure it is to see you. Yes, indeedy do. How are you?
I'm not lending you any money, Eddie, and that's final. Hello, yes, Immoral Timothy. Yeah, Ralph Filthy here. Now, look. I've told you before, I don't deal in drugs. Yeah, well, that's why I sold you 3 ounces of scouring powder. Yes, well, look at it this way. You'll have the cleanest nose in Clapham.
A fiver, then.
Now, look, Immoral Timothy, there's no need to call in Huge Simon. I was wondering if you'd accept use of my body in full pay. What do you mean? I'm in lovely condition. I only got my new teeth last Thursday. 50p.
5p, Filthy.
Really, daughter, you do make me tired with your heartless scrounging. Got a fag, by the way. I don't know, what sort of a minder are you? Whenever Richie needs you, you're never there. And when he gets beaten up, you join in. I don't know why he keeps you on.
Filthy. Show business is a cruel and lonely world. When you're up, everyone wants to be your friend. And when you're down, nobody wants to know. Richard sticks by me because he knows amidst all the doubt and hypocrisy he can count on my feelings. He knows I hate him. Oh, I'm stretched on the rock of my own genius!
And what is wrong with the boy, Richie?
Well, he's trying to write a novel, but he keeps on coming up against the same huge lack of talent.
A novel? He's no more a novelist than Geoffrey Archer. And I knew Geoffrey when he was still going to adult literacy classes. Now, Richie should stick to what he's good at.
Well, unfortunately, you can't make much cash off lying on the sofa and playing off occasionally. Oh, why must there be such pain? Such pain! Look, Filthy, about this cash, I'm serious. Richie hasn't brought home anything in the last 3 months. Not since he did that wonderful voiceover for Durex. I really thought that might turn into a really big contract, you know. For a fantastic finish, with no annoying drips, slap your brush into Durex.
Dulux, said he. It was a pain bag.
Well, whatever. That was 3 months ago. Now we're broke again.
I'm broke. We're all broke. God, what a country. I'm a sick man. Does the government care?
No.
My medicine has gone up to £8 a bottle. £8. And then you have to buy the tonic.
Oh, the blank and empty page! Staring at me! Taunting me! Eddie, how the hell do you plug these bloody things in?
Have you just spent the last 4 hours trying to plug the typewriter in?
What the bloody stupid! Look at this, look. A plug, right? 2 pins at the top, 1 pin at the bottom. Well, the socket has got 2 pins at the bottom and 1 pin at the top! It beggars belief! It completely defies comprehension!
Oh, God, how depressing. It's the wrong way up, daughter. The 2 pins go in the 2 holes.
Oh, I see. So I suppose I'm supposed to go back in there and turn the wall upside down, am I?
You haven't read anything then?
No!
No Nov?
No!
Not even a dirty pamphlet?
I've joined the ranks of the other suffering artists. Keats, he suffered. Shelley, she suffered. Michael Barrymore,
We all suffered.
Van Gogh cut his ear off for a smile from his lady.
Is it? For a smile? Blimey. Lucky you didn't fancy a quick wriggle.
Suffering's got nothing to do with it, Richie. You have failed through complete lack of talent.
Au contraire, lesser mortal. Despairing of modern technology, I allowed my genius to flow for a simple, old-fashioned medium. I dug out the old ballpoint. Please, Eddie, I'm not in the mood.
So you have written a novel, then?
Better. I have mastered the highest and most complex art form known to man. I have perfected a game show formula. A copy has already been dispatched by horny-handed messenger to the nice entertainment department of the BBC, where Jumbo Whiffy, the greatest entertainment supremo of modern times, will flip his lid.
What? You mean you just sent it to them? Just like that. No security, no copyright, no nothing.
Not even a stamp. Auntie can pay the postage.
But daughter, this is show business suicide. If your idea is any good, which I'll admit is 1,000,000 to 1 chance, the Beeb are bound to pinch it. It happens all the time. Panorama, that was Arthur Mullard's idea originally. I remember we did lunch. He said to me, Ralph, he said, I've got this magic new idea for a programme of political analysis and current affairs with me as frontman and Thora Hird on links. Dimbleby's at the next table playing footsie with Val Singleton, and Arthur got stitched.
Poor old Arth.
You better take me with you, Richie. You're going to need a tough, experienced, hard-headed negotiator.
Oh. I'm not doing a half-slewed, broken-down pornographer. Jumbo and I are artistes. We don't want agents spoiling the atmos. Come, Eddie, we go alone. Look, the idea comes from that clapped-out, useless, talentless has-been Richie Rich. You never heard of him. Yeah, well, you missed nothing. Look, but the main problem is he wants to present it. Well, dear old scout, it's a while since I sat here.
Mr. Whiffy won't be long, I'm sure, Mr. Rich.
It's when old Stewpot picked me to the post for that crackerjack job.
Crackerjack.
For all my time, Mr. Rich.
Dear old Stewpot. Where is he now? Couple of years handing out crackerjack pencils to the snot noses.
Crackerjack.
And then whoops-a-daisy, oblivion. Whereas me, phew, that's me, meteoric. Best thing that ever happened to me, losing crackerjack to a lesser man.
Crackerjack!
Look, anybody stop shouting crackerjack! This is for BBC, not a place of entertainment. Did I hear a well-known voice? Richie Rich, you old bugger. Put it there. Put your pipe on over there, you old bugger. Oh, all right then, you old git. So, how are you, you old bastard? Oh, pretty good, you old foreskin. This is my minder, Edward Catflap. Oh, terrific. Well, look, get yourself in there and we'll have a drink, you pair of old tarts.
Don't mind if we do, you rectum-faced bucket of sex sauce.
3 coffees, please, darling love.
Look, if he really is your darling love, I suggest you get your eyes tested while it's still free on the NHS.
You met Jill, I take it. I don't know what I'd do without her. Terrific pair of eyes, eh?
Yeah, fantastic knockers as well, hasn't she?
Yeah, well, sit you down, take a few, or as the old sergeant used to say to me, pop your butt on the spot with me or I'll shove a bayonet up it. 3 more coffees, please, darling. Right then, Richo.
Judge, how much are you going to pay me to present my great new show?
Oh, let me take a look at you, you old queen. You look great.
Yeah, but what about his idea, chums?
Hold it, cowboy. Where's the fire? Let's dance around this for a while, knock our heads together and see if you can end up on my lap, eh?
Be honest.
Hang on, Richie. We're not homosexuals, are we?
No.
Now, look, Richie. Don't think I'm saying your idea's not sexy, but can I afford to go to bed with it? Or am I looking for a completely different kind of lover, eh? But I've got to run it up the old flagpole, see if the cat wants to lick it.
Yes, but are you going to give me the job? Bum face.
3 more copies, please, darling. Richie, let me put it this way. When I first came into this office, there was a fat old drunk sat behind that desk mumbling platitudes. And it was me. And I'm still there. You see the way I'm thinking, Richard?
No! Yes, we do, Dums, yes. But are you going to do my new show?
Come on, let's buy you a drink, me old mate. I've asked Iggy Guffer, our finance and budget troubleshooter, to join us for a swift one. Or 10, eh?
10. We try not to get pissed or something. Yeah, about the new series.
Now, I've asked Eggy here to fly a few proposals past the saluting platform, see which one of them develops into favour. Now, Oh, very nice, thank you. That'll do for me. Yeah. Whoa, blimey!
What are we looking at?
Now, Eggy, regarding baseline options on a new Richie Rich series layout initiative, what are we talking now? Water pistols or cruise missiles?
Well,
it's right. Down some. Should be allowed, girl like that, get a married man like me into trouble.
hey, get me to a cold shower.
I'm certainly glad I'm wearing my trousers. So, the new series now, Richie. I've read the outline treatment and I like what I see. No question there.
Fantastic. Right, I want Terry Scott's dressing room.
No, get Selena Scott.
Yeah, I want Selena Scott's dressing room and don't bother tidying up the undies.
Hang on, Richie, hang on. Look, I like playing myself. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it 5 nights a week, prime time on Channel 1. Now, run your idea past Eggy here and see if he wants to stick his hand up your blouse.
Jumbo, believe me, I respect you for holding back. This guy, Eggy. This man. This man, Eggy. This man, Jumbo Whippy, who I knew when he was only a quarter of a ton. This the man, Eggy, the man who brought Keith Harrison Orville into Television Centre. It's the nearest thing that I've got to family.
Oh, sod off, you old queen.
Oh, yours, you rancid, dribbling zit.
Yeah, screw you, you complacent, misogynistic bum splat.
That's the kind of showbiz friendship these new boys don't have. Richie, run your idea by me, Sasha. Get this. You're going to flip your flipping head. All-star golfing sequence.
I like it. Good telly. It's a hot one. I feel exactly the same way I felt when I first got a sniff of Bernard Manning. Eggy, what say you?
It's big. Put this out against play your cards right and blow Brucey off the box. Let's go contract. I should already be signing without my agent, Filthy Rouse.
Oh, get on with it. Maybe they'll get another round it.
Yeah, you're right. Thank God someone's still got their feet on the ground. There. When do we start?
You don't start at all. We only wanted the idea, which you've just signed over to us for 2 pints of lager, which you've had. We want Davro for the presenter.
Jumbo, we do not make gags about talent as creeps.
He does good impressions. Look at Copycat.
Aggie, no one has ever recognised a single impression of copycats, except when they say something like, "Hello, my name's Benny from Crossroads," in an Irish accent.
We rate Davro very highly indeed. He's the next Tarby. And you're a talentless moron. So we're going to pinch your idea, stick Davro in the lead, and you can bugger off to a shorter has-been for Give Us a Clue.
Oh, God. Still alive. There was something I meant to do before I nodded off. Oh, yeah, put my fag out. Ow. I hate doing that. Going to sleep with a fag still on.
Bloody CBC! Oh, I hate everything!
Well, did you get the job or did they cheat you?
Yes and no.
You did get the job and they didn't cheat you.
Sorry, no and yes. They nicked my idea, those BBC bastards. I'll show them. I'll make myself into a TV megastar. Bigger than Judith Chalmers.
That's absolutely bloody enormous.
Some nobody will beg me to work for him.
The only way you'll ever get back on telly, Richie, is robbing a sweet shop and getting on Police 5.
Actually, that's not too bad an idea, Eddie.
Filthy, get me an advert. Get me an advert, please, Filthy. A good ad always sorts things out.
Yeah, that's true. Look at Leslie Crowther.
Yeah, or rather not. Actually, that wasn't bad, was it? Get that one down, Eddie. Good gag.
I feel like throwing it up.
We all thought Leslie was finished after My Good Woman.
Yeah, but then he did the Marge ads, and before you know it, come on down and make a complete tit of yourself.
What are we talking about? You couldn't do an ad, Richie. Not a personality one anyway. You haven't got a personality.
All right, don't rub it in.
No one's gonna buy a toilet roll because you've got it in your mouth.
Nobody.
All right. Selina Scott! Am I forever to be surrounded by poltroons? You don't necessarily need to be famous to get on an advert anyway. You just got to have a good idea. Like, for example, someone decided to sell instant noodles on the grounds that they taste nice. It's so outrageous, it's brilliant.
What about that dog you're supposed to wipe your bottom with?
If you are referring to the gorgeous little Amphrax pup, Edward, it's got a toilet roll in its mouth. The idea is that the paper's so lovely and soft that...
It's like wiping your bottom with a puppy.
Yes.
Perhaps what they're saying is the paper's so bad you might as well feed it to the dog.
Except they've got an elephant in the new ads. Where does that fit in?
Ah! I shouldn't think it would fit in.
I'm telling you, they're saying feed the paper to the dog.
Yeah, and wipe your bottom with the elephant.
That's a truly surreal concept. That's the kind of thinking we need now. Come on, let's think of an advert for me. The first idea sesh is on.
Oh, well.
Yes?
Me?
Well. I've always thought that cornflakes look a bit like people.
And after briefly dipping his toe in the waters of reason, the man with no brain happily retreats to frolic on Insanity Beach.
Pay for that, you bastard.
Hi, Richie Rich here. God bless. Look after Mum. Sundate's still available. What can I do for you, Squire? News? What news? You want someone for an ad? Oh, I see. Oh, yes, that's very interesting. Thank you so much.
Not work, then.
No, my dad's dying.
We really need some bloody cash.
I know, and I need to get on telly. What I need is a bloody good advert.
Now listen, your dad's dying. That's Trey Boner News' daughter.
Well, I must say, Filthy, I find your act a trifle, cow.
Oh, no, we can make money out of these.
Nah, it's no good filthy and trying to muck around. They just don't buy bodies anymore.
Come in. Listen, this is the plot.
Eddie.
Right, get your pants, sexy.
We're in the office now.
Hi, Tomo, baby, you old prostitute! You look like $1 million in used notes. Just joshing. Let's do business, you old bugger, you!
What can I do for you?
Aha! It's more a question what he can do for you, you dirty old gusset face! Yeah, Richie, I think I'm on here.
Tomo, baby, I'm your big new advertising initiative.
Mr. Rich, overweight, drunken old has-beens are hardly considered a major market force.
Nice guy, Tomo. I like your style, you hatchet-faced old easy lay, you. We're gonna get on great.
Hey, Richie, I think she fancies us both. Let's get frisky.
Get out of my office or I'll have you sprayed.
Touche! I love a chick with a sense of humour. Listen, my dad's dying.
Yes. Mr. Rich, this is head office, not a retail outlet. If you wish to purchase a wreath, Freddie here will be only too pleased to supply you with a list of shops.
Miss Tompkins, this is my plan. My dad's dying, right? Tough for him, but life must go on. Now, I reckon we can get a few celebs for the funeral, you know, probably up to St. and Greavesy level. Then we'll make the Nash News, and then we're laughing.
I'm sorry I don't follow.
Oh, for God's sake, you stupid cow! That's going to do the ad! A celeb, wearing legit mourning, flogging flowers at his dad's funeral! It's colossal!
How are you going to get the celebrities to the funeral? I mean, it isn't even you that's died, it's your old dad.
Well, you're not going to get tardy, but my dear woman, some of these has-beens haven't been on TV in years. They're desperate men.
All we have to do is make sure there's a camera at the funeral. And that way all the sad little minor celebs are bound to turn out trying to get on South East at 6, looking sad and concerned, and available for work.
This, Mr. Rich.
Please, call me sexy.
This, Mr. Sexy, is fantastic. I am prepared to offer you a 3-year contract worth £500,000. Maximum TV exposure, posters the lot. From now on, you are the bloody Flora bloke.
Fantastic! Shall we shake or shag?
I'm going to send you a proper contract after the funeral. In the meantime, if any of your other relatives start to look peaky, let me know immediately.
Wonderful! Good day to you!
Get the door, Sexy.
Fantastic!
Filthy! You old failed experiment in open brain surgery! Your plan worked brilliantly! I've just landed the biggest advertising contract in history! We're rich! Well, I'm rich!
More shoplifting! Limitless lager!
Oh, it'll be too pleasant! I'll buy a theatre, write a play, buy a newspaper, write myself a good review!
My head removed and replaced with 2 pub optics. 1 scotch and 1 gin. That way I could sort of press myself against the ceiling and get a double straight down the neck without all that bother of having to raise your arm and swallow.
I got blessed, drive safely, look after Mum. Richie Rich here someday, still available. Bastards. My bloody dad's getting better!
Well, it was nice to be rich for 30 secs. Sounds a bit rude. Sounds a bit like sex. Well, sounds exactly like
Oh,
sex.
shut up! Filthy, I can't return to Paul.
Well, you don't have to, do you?
How do you mean?
Well, you could always kill him.
Kill my own father to get on an advert?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Well, because... Well, there aren't really any reasons why not, are there? No pics, please respect my life, some privacy. Run with your autographs later.
Now, listen, Richie. Look, I'm not complaining or anything. A few moments ago, we have just decided to kill your father. And now, we have come down to a public house where, presumably, we are about to get completely whammoed. Again. I don't follow the logic.
But Eddie, surely you don't expect me to kill him myself. Kill my own father, from whose loins I sprang. Why, I am the fruit of his very seed. How can I murder my own flesh and blood, Eddie?
Richie Rich. I never knew you capable of such touching sentiments.
No, it's nothing to do with sentiment. I'm talking about the papers. What happens if the papers find out I've killed my father?
Might be a bit of a scandal.
Well, I'm not saying we couldn't sit on it, but give a dog a bad name.
Like Tiddles.
That's right. Some money's bound to stick. That's why we've come down here. You see, we've got to get somebody else to kill him for us. I'll get the drinks in, and you rustle up a couple of low-looking fellows with a murderous glint in their eye. You know the sort, likely-looking lads who'd as soon handle a blackjack as eat their dinner. Right. I'll have a bit of a rustle around then, okay?
Look, I don't wish to appear defeatist or anything, but after some considerable rustling, there appear to be no lone fellows to report.
Eddie, this is an East End pub. There's bound to be. Haven't you read your Dickens?
No.
We're in Bill Sykes' country now. Thieves, murderers, and prostitutes. Come on, I'll check out the landlord.
If he's a prostitute, he's going to starve to death.
Ah, mine host, and a very good day to you too indeed, landlord. Perhaps you'd be so goodly kind as to draw us a couple of fulsome frothing tankards of your best ale, and perhaps serve us a smidgen of the fine old English fare, which is so boldly promised on the attractive sign outside your door.
Yeah, and besides all that, we'll have 2 pints of lager and a couple of pasties, please.
Is he winding me up?
It's the oldest trick in the book. So that no one suspects my darker intent, I'm passing myself off as a harmless idiot.
Well, that shouldn't put an undue strain on your acting ability.
I knew you were going to say something like that. I really knew you were going to say something like that. I really knew that you were going to say something like that. Just so long as you realise that I knew all the time that you were going to say something like that.
Well, it was in the script, wasn't it? Thank you very much. What are you having, Richie?
Small port and lemon, please. Now then, landlord, I'm a well-heeled toff from up west, and I'm looking for a couple of low fellows who don't mind doing a bit of dirty work, so long as there's a sovereign in it for them.
Well, you're not going to get much for a quid, mate. The old bloke in the corner might give you a kiss for that, I suppose. It'd be more if you wanted to put his teeth in.
Not that sort of dirty work. As far as sexual gratification is concerned, I'm quite capable of doing that on my own, thank you very much. Look, listen, what I require, landlord, is 2 stout artisans of such degraded morals that they'll do bloody murder for the price of a bellyful of mother's ruin.
You mean you want someone to risk life imprisonment for a £5?
Well, hang on, no one said anything about a £5. Blimey, I only want him killed, not stuffed and manted.
You seem to be under the impression that this is some kind of job centre for the criminal fraternity.
Well, come on, mate. I know you working-class costermongers. Once you've drunk your meths and beaten your wives, there's nothing left to do except sex the dog, isn't there? You're always on for a bit of mischief, aren't you?
That's it. All right, Frank. Morning, Rocky.
Look at those 2. Pretty hard, aren't they? Oh, I wouldn't want to meet them in an alley on a dark night. If they had a chainsaw and they were gouging my guts out with it, splitting my head open with a blunt machete and splitting my brains out all over the pavement.
Yes, Neddy, if your brains were spilt all over the pavement, I hardly think the local council street cleansing department will be overtaxed, do you? Shut up. Restrain your imbecility whilst I ingratiate myself with these 2 gutter snaps.
2 pints of wallet, please, Frank.
I'll get these, lads. Make 'em mild. I want someone taken out. Permanently.
You mean killed?
You have a keen brain?
What is this, a cabaret?
What's the matter, kid? You're scared? Just pretty tough, don't you? But when the bottom line comes, you just can't hack it. Plenty of swagger and 2 pints of wallet, please, Frank. When there's man's work to be done, it's off home to mummy.
Yeah. Come on! I just bought you 2 lily-livered lettuce leaves of half a bitter each. I think I deserve something in return.
Yeah.
Blimey, I only want my dad killed. Maybe they're scared. What are you? Queer. Maybe they're puffs. Just a couple of poncy old queens. Just 2 mincing old woofters. Whoops! Watch your bums, lads. Backs to the wall. Get 'em a handbag. Put on your bike clips, Eddie, or they'll be up your trouser leg. Bloody fairies. That's what you are, isn't it?
Yeah. This is a gay pub. Now don't come back until you've liberated your sexual politics, or you'll get a murder, all right?
How dare he? I'm completely liberated. I work in the theatre. Some of my best friends are trouser bandits. I want to marry my daughter, that's all.
Yeah, but you haven't got a daughter, have you? What's more, you're very unlikely to have one, because the chances of any woman letting you within 1 billion miles of her action are completely non-existent.
You're a cruel, spiteful little viper, aren't you, Eddie? Christian virtue is a foreign language. Kindness and good fellowship are closed books, aren't they? Come on, let's go and kill my dad. It is imperative that we are brilliantly efficient.
Right. On our past record, that seems a trifle unlikely.
Firstly, and above all, we must leave no fingerprints. Did you bring the gloves?
Yes, indeedy.
These are oven gloves.
Yes. You supposed to be needing gloves because things might get a bit hot. Well, you should say what you bloody mean.
Well, it was all what I meant. You can't expect me to circumnavigate every tortuous twist of the bottomless pit you choose to call a brain.
You forget. What do you call a coal mine that can't go to the toilet properly?
Who knows?
A bottomless pit. Brilliant and great. That gag will be all over Britain next week.
So's herpes, but I don't think nice people want it on the television sets.
Gloves, right. Which do you want? The little Mr. Men-shaped ones? Foxy-shaped ones?
The fox shape. No, but Mr. Men. No, foxes. No. Oh, God, I don't know. One of each.
Nice choice.
Eddie, I think that you should wear a mask.
Why? Do you think I'm going to get recognised?
No, I just don't like looking at your face.
Never mind a jibe, but it's a witty one, and that was brilliant.
Oh, thanks, Eddie. Right, now we've got to buy the poison. Right. I cannot stress sufficiently the care and stealth are of the essence here. I must give nothing away. Softly, catchy and hunky. Let's go. Good afternoon. I'd like some poison to kill my dad, please. Ooh. Good afternoon. I'd like some poison to kill my rat, please.
Sorry, sir. I've only got 6 packets, I'm afraid.
Well, how strong is it?
Quite strong, yeah.
Quite? Well, I mean, look, if I wanted to kill one, say, very big rat, how much would I need?
How big a rat?
Well, Eddie, how big would you say my dad was?
Oh, about 6 foot, about 11 stone.
Yeah, he's a big man.
With claws and a long tail.
Oh, yeah, and teeth.
Snout.
And teeth. Where's my teeth? Where's my teeth?
Yeah, sir. 6 packets would kill an elephant. £4, please, sir.
Did you hear that, Richie? He thinks we're trying to kill an elephant. We're baffling him at every turn.
There you are, shopkeeper. Now then, my name's Angela Ribbon. I'm Dutch and I live in Antwerp. Come along, Eddie. I mean, Gloria Hunter.
Where? Right, let's put the poison in the pot and poison pop.
Yeah. People may say I'm cruel and heartless, but I honestly have no choice. Cash is involved.
Richie, there's a letter for you.
No time for bad mail now, filthy. I'm poisoning my dad.
I think you should read it, Richie. It's germane to the issue.
Oh, give it here. You are a bastard.
Look, can you stop talking about me and get on with the letter, please?
He is doing. It's from his mother.
Ah, dear sweet silver-haired mummy. You are a bastard. Such a josher. Dear Richie, you're old enough to know now that I never knew your father, who was just a one-off bang to me. The man you call Dad is just my present sex slave, and I've told the papes for a £5. A few more home truths. We never liked you, and your name is not Richie, but Gertrude. I've enclosed next year's birthday cake, so I need never see you again. Love, Mum. P.S. Piss off.
That's it then. We can't poison Pop because we don't know who he is.
Better eat the cake. You know what, Gertrude? I could get to like your mum.
Is that the Wogan show? Yes. I'd like to speak to somebody in charge, please. Oh, all right, then get me anybody. Oh, hello, Terry. Yeah, Ralph Filthy here, theatrical agent. Who do I represent? Sorry, cross line there. Now listen, Terry, I'm a big fan. Yes, love the little looks to camera. Yeah, very sexy. Very come hither. Yeah, very come hither and screw me to the wall, you whirlwind of sauce, you. No, I mean it. No, Terry, I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it, would I? Yeah, now, Terry, look, I've got this book, and I was hoping to plug it on your show. Yeah, well, it's more of a manual, really, yeah. Yes, it is quite dirty, but it's not tacky. No way is it tacky. It's more of a sort of a social service, really. Yeah, going it alone, I did it my way. Yeah, it's a sort of a single person's guide to sex, really. Oh. Gloria Honeyford.
Oh, stop sighing, Eddie.
I'm not sighing.
Pardon me, but I think you are sighing.
I'm not. I'm idly collecting phlegm at the back of my throat. And when I've got enough, I'm going to gob at you.
Wouldn't blame you if you were sighing, actually. The hours are not exactly charging by at the moment. No work. Nothing to do. Wonder what Tom O'Connor's up to. Impossible to say, really. The man is such a sparkling, multifaceted genius, but one simply cannot predict what amazing thing he'll get up to next. Actually, it's an interesting thing about Tom O'Connor.
Well, congratulations, Richie. I had thought that today I had plumbed the very depths of tedium, a level of boredom beneath which I could not sink. But no, Richie Rich has started to burble on about Tom O'Connor. What shall we do? Stare at the wall or chat about Tom O'Connor? Oh, well, I've got a bit of a weak heart condition. Staring at the wall will probably be too exciting. Probably safest if we chat about Tom O'Connor.
You don't fancy watching a couple of episodes of Name That Tune on the vid, then?
Oh, no. Telly's broken.
Tom O'Connor's probably playing golf now. Him and a few of the guys. Probably only just realised that I'm not there. But I thought you were going to ask him, Bob Monkhouse. No, you said you'd do it, Tom. Oh, bother, that's the whole game ruined then. Bob Hope will chip in. Bother, 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 bother.
Richie, please, I'm begging you. No, I'm not. I'm threatening you. If you don't shut up, I shall ram your head into the microwave.
All right. The subject is closed. See, Brucey Forsyth's got a new series. Spot the catchphrase. Brucey trots out a series of meaningless catchphrases, and the celeb panel have to guess which one's going to annoy the general public most. Could be very big, Eddie!
Richie, do you think we could possibly avoid the subject of Brucey Forsyth as well? I mean, in terms of boredom, it's much the same as talking about Michael Barrymore, really, isn't it?
What? Eddie, your ignorance really is embarrassing. We're talking about two completely different artistic entities. I mean, their catchphrases, for example. I mean, what's Bruce's catchphrase? Come on, what's Bruce Forsyth's catchphrase? You know it. Come on, what is it? What is it, Eddie? What is it?
It's gonna be a big night tonight if you play your cards right. Nice to see you. Give us a twirl and fear.
I'm in charge, that's right. And Michael Barrymore's is anything John Cleese ever said. Accompanied by a couple of rounds of... Where's the similarity there?
Neither of them are funny.
I mean, take the game shows they present. On Play Your Cards Right with Brucey, there's a whole line of cards, and then you win a prize. Whereas on Strike It Lucky with Michael, there's a whole line of televisions, and then you win a prize. I mean, there's just no similarity between the two concepts at all. Really, Eddie, I do think that when important TV execs go to so much trouble to provide us with such varied scheduling, the least you can do is give them some credit.
Richie, if you don't shut up, I'm going to cut your head off. Stuff it in the microwave, wait until it goes ping, then take it out, mash it up with a bit of milk and butter and ram it up your backside. So shut up!
Very well. If you wish it, Eddie, we shall sit in silence.
It could save your life.
I hear Ted Rogers has been thrown off 3-2-1.
Right.
Too old, see? Too old. He's 108 apiece a day. Got caught short in the ad break and had a whittle in Dusty Bin. Dreadful business. Actually, the rumour in the business is that they want me to take it over. Yeah, me. With Sammy Fox as the glamorous bit of totty on the side. Yeah, could be a very special team, I think. Do you want to touch my body? Yes, we do, Sammy. And what's more, we want to stick our heads up your blouse and go...
Shut up!
Right, Eddie, that's it. No, seriously, this is it. I'm sorry, Eddie, but when they do me on This Is Your Life and you're brought on as my lifelong companion, guess what? I'm not going to recognise you. That's right. I'm just going to simply stare blankly and say, who the hell is he? Get him off my programme. He stinks. And all my great showbiz mates, like Marty Kane and Gary Wilmot, they'll all say so too. They'll say, who the hell's the fat, ugly bastard pretending to be Richie's mate? Get him out of the studio, quickly. Yeah, and you'll be so embarrassed, won't you? You'll be so embarrassed you'll start to cry. You'll cry. And we'll all laugh. And then Eamon Andrews will start punching you. And all my great showbiz mates will join in. Clive Dunn, Roy Castle, Pat Ayres will all punch you to death in front of millions of people just for being ugly and poor.
Hello, Richie. Hello, Eddie. The front door was closed, so I picked the lock. Do you mind if I use your toilet, Richie?
No, of course not, Filthy. Go ahead.
Top. Right. Come on in, then, my dears. This way. This way, yeah, this way, Mr. and Mrs. Elton. Yeah, in there, as promised. One room, bijou, maisonette, running water, fully furnished. Tray boner, ideal for young families' first home. 90 quid a week, cash down, thank you. I'm sure you'll be very happy in your new home.
Filthy?
Well, you said I could use the toilet, Richie. Be fair, I did ask.
Yeah, I didn't say you could rent it out.
I've just moved into the estate agency biz. Tray boner, Tray mucho Missoula.
Filthy, what happens when we want to go?
Well, it's in their rent agreement, Eddie. You have right of passage.
Filthy, I am not easily embarrassed, as you know, but I think it's going to be jolly difficult to maintain the social niceties we in Britain are so proud of with a young family living in my toilet bowl.
Eddie, 90 quid. Anyway, they won't mind. This is the 80s. There's nowhere to live. People have to go where they can. Oh, by the way, watch out what you do with your rubbish. I've got a couple of students in your dustbin. Not married, I'm afraid, but you can't expect morals from kids these days. Boys, this is not a day for long faces and whining. This is a day of glad tidings, merriment, joy, happiness. Because, Richie, my dear, I have found you a job.
Oh, my God.
Well, aren't you pleased to hear?
No, I'm not. I remember the job you got me last time.
Yeah, so do I. Trade boner, regular appearances, extended engagement.
Filthy, you told me to sign on the duel. Took a 75% commission on me unemployment benefit.
Yes, never mind all that, Richie, darling. That's all in the past, because I have found you a real showbiz job.
Filthy, if this is some kind of joke...
Then it'll be the first one on the show this week.
Shut up, Eddie! We've had some super laughs already, and the show's only just begun. Now, Filthy, tell me and tell me true. Have you really, honestly, cross your heart and hope to die, got me a genuine showbiz job?
Yes.
How big?
Enorm.
Enorm!
You, Mr. Richard Rich.
Yes!
You old trooper, you.
Yes!
You old hellraiser, you.
Yes!
You mad, drunken dog of the theatre.
Ruff, ruff, ruff!
You are going to read the gossip columns on breakfast television tomorrow morning.
Oh, my God, this is it! I'm gonna meet Anne Diamond! Quincy Willis! Gordon Honeycomb! This is it! This is it! Michelangelo got persisting trouble contracts. Russ Abbott had his madhouse.
Bernard Matthews couldn't say beautiful properly.
And now, I'm going to read the gossip columns on breakfast TV!
Just a one-off, newbie. It's only tomorrow morning.
Ha! Wait till you see how brilliant I am at it. I'll be reading the weather before you can say frag ball.
One small prop. Bear in mind that you have to be at the studios tomorrow at 4:30 in the morning.
You old Josher. Come on, Phil, this is serious. What time have I got to be at the studio?
I'm telling you, boys, that's it. A.M.
Shut up, Eddie. This is serious. This is my big break. 4:30 in the morning.
That's right. So, you've got to have a quiet night in, get to bed early, and above all, get up on time to get to the studios on time. Otherwise, you'll become bywords in the business for unprofessional behaviour and never work again.
Right. We've got to get an early night.
Oh, sounds a bit ominous. It doesn't sound in the slightest bit ominous, Eddie. Now, you just remember to be there tomorrow, 4:30, sober. If you need me, I'll be down the off-licence until opening time, and then down the pub until closing time, and then after that at the club. See you down the studios.
TVLM. Sober. Right, 4:30 in the morning. What time is it now?
It's nearly opening time.
Right, only 11 hours to go. Oh. What's on the telly? It's broken. Right, now look, we've got to be really sensible, Eddie.
Let's have a quiet evening in.
And an early night.
Above all, we've got to be up in time to get to the studio. Why don't we go out for just one quiet little drinky?
No. Oh. You know what would happen then, don't you?
Lager frenzy.
Lager frenzy. But one thing you can't do after lager frenzy is get up at 4:30 in the morning.
We can exercise restraint.
Yes, and back in the real world, perhaps we couldn't. I know what we'll do.
No.
No, not that.
And I got far too messy last
No,
time.
we'll never do it again, I swear. Never. No, listen, this is plain. I nicked this off a school kid on the bus yesterday. It's a great new game, but all the most up-to-the-minute trendsetters are playing at the moment. It's fantastic, and it's called Trivial Pursuits.
Richard, Trivial Pursuits was fashionable about 5 years ago.
Oh, you really are a sad creature, aren't you, Eddie? If you can't think of something first, you just got to run it down. Come on, let's play it. You have to shake the start. Here goes. 5.
Ooh. 6.
No, that's on an angle, isn't it, you see? It's on a little angle, Eddie. You have to roll it again.
6.
You've played this before, haven't you? Still, it doesn't matter who starts. I'm still going to thrash you. Right, come on. Right, politics.
Richard, why don't we go out for just one little non-alcoholic drinking?
Like what?
Vodka.
Eddie, vodka frenzy is even more destructive than lager frenzy.
I don't know, the bomb's a lot clearer. It's easier to wash out of your sheets.
Well, it shouldn't make all that much difference to you anyway. You haven't washed your sheets since 1978. And then you only put them in the lav with a bar of soap and flushed it a couple of times. Now, come on, are we going to play this game or not? Right.
Well, ask me the question then.
Stop looking.
I'm not looking.
Yes, you are looking.
I'm not.
You're looking in that lampshade and then you're seeing it reflected off my eyeballs because they're so sparkling.
Sounds like a cue for a gag about sparkling balls.
Not if you ever want to work again. Right, now, come on, let's play and stop cheating.
I'm not cheating. I don't need to cheat to beat you.
Ooh. Well, in that case, perhaps you wouldn't mind turning your back while I read the question.
All right, then.
Great.
seem to be taking an awfully long time to read me my question, Richie.
Yeah, there's just one or two long, complicated words, Eddie. I'll be with you in a tick.
Oh, dear. How very, very sad. Richie, what have we got above our mantelpiece?
Eamon Andrews.
A mirror. And what do I see reflected in that mirror?
Ina Sharple's brilliant.
The pathetic sight of the man who once did the continuity links on TVS, reduced to grubby cheating to get the better of his half-drunk mind. And this, if you don't mind my saying so, is Thatcher's Britain.
Al Pacino and the Bee Gees. Great, good. I think all your cards are in order now, Eddie. I think we can start.
It's of no importance, Richie. I shall simply take the questions from the other end of the box. Now, presuming I can see nothing of interest in your sparkling balls, perhaps you would like to read me my question.
Right, here goes. The first question of the game. Da, 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 da! Right. Here goes. Oh, God, this is easy. Blimey, this is a bit too easy, actually. No, really, I don't think it's fair. It's so easy.
Look, just ask me the question.
All right, then. But it's not really fair. I mean, really, it's too easy. I mean, it really is too easy, really, isn't it? I mean, it's not fair, really. I mean, you've had all the easy questions, and I've had all the really hard questions. I could have won by now if I'd had your questions. I don't think it's fair at all. Really, I mean, honestly, it's just not fair. I mean, and anyway, you probably know all the answers by now because you play the game so often.
For those of you who have never played Trivial Pursuit, the producer wishes me to assure you that this is exactly what it's like, and it's actually a brilliantly well-observed gag.
Eddie, shut up. Our audience is very sophisticated. They all play Triv.
Richie, in order to play Triv, you have to be able to read, which I'm afraid counts all out from the start.
Eddie. Oh, look, are we going to play this game or not?
Well, ask me the bloody question!
All right. Oh, God, it's so easy.
Oh, God.
Here it is. Who was the last Labour Prime Minister of Britain? And if you don't get this, you're an idiot.
Callaghan.
Yeah, can you be a bit more specific?
James Callaghan.
Yeah, well, can you give me a little bit more?
Richie, there is no more. That is the answer.
Yes, but we have to go by what it says on the card, don't we?
All right, I'll give up then.
Great, my go.
James Callaghan. It says on the card, James Callaghan.
Yes, it says James Callaghan, full stop, doesn't it? Callaghan, full stop. You see, you have to go by what it says on the card, Eddie. I can't help it. It's just in the rules. It's not my fault if you're too stupid to get the answer right. One, down. Oh, no, great. Show me is a pink category question. Ha! It's my go!
Who was the star and director of the Rocky and Rambo films?
Oh, now I know this. Now I know this. Oh, no, no, don't tell me.
I'm not going to.
It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, and don't say, what was the question again?
Who was the star and director of the Rocky and Rambo films?
Got it. Tarby. It is. It is. The card must be wrong. It's definitely Tarby.
It's Sylvester
Stallone! Of course it is. Oh, I knew that one. No, I didn't know that.
well, you didn't say it.
Yeah, I knew it all the time. I mean, I knew
fair
it.
enough.
What's he doing? What's he doing?
It's my gun.
No, but I knew it. Didn't I tell you? I knew it all the time. I knew that one. It's still my go.
Richie, in about 15 seconds, I'm going to have to punch you in the face. And because I'm your minder, I'm going to have to defend you and beat myself up. And that way we're both going to get hurt. Why don't we avoid all this unpleasantness and just go for one teeny-weeny, only have one-y drinky?
Eddie, we're having a lovely quiet night in, playing a fantastic game of Triv. We've got to be up in time to go to the studios. We can't go for a drink. All right, Eddie, I'll let you have your go. Go on, have it. I'll ask you a question, and I hope I give you a really hard one. And don't say
Geography.
Right. Oh, God, this is so easy. Right. What is the world's northernmost capital city?
Reykjavik, Iceland, full stop.
Well, I suppose I'll have to give it you then.
Why? Because it's right?
Don't gloat, Eddie. It's most unbecoming.
Oh, God, this is so boring.
I thought you were going to lose, didn't you? Got scared so you had to throw the board across the room. Go on, ask me a question. Go on, any question. Just ask me, it'll be great. I'll get it right. Go on, I'll bet you £1 million. Go on, just ask me a question. Go on. Anyway, go on. Just ask me a question, it'll be great. Go on, ask me.
Which jolly gap-toothed Scouser comedian who now presents Winner Takes All first rose to fame on Sunday night at the London Palladium? He enjoys the odd round of golf, and his initials are JT.
Now I know this. JT? I know it, I do know it, I know this. Got it.
Jimmy Tarbuck.
What? Oh, yes, of course, Darby! Yes, it's Darby, great, I got another one right. Ask me again, ask me
Oh,
now.
God, this is pathetic, Richie. You've just landed a contract at TVAM. We should be out celebrating, not getting bored to death.
Eddie, we've got to be up early so we're bright and fresh for the studio at TVAM.
Richie, if we went out for one little drinking, it might help us sleep. Just one.
Well, I did win the game, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Very clever. Damn, bravo.
All right, then. Just one little drink.
Uh-oh.
Look out, Crazy! Eddie, look! Paparazzi scum! Silly voodoo parasites voting me on my quiet night out when I deserve my privacy like any other human being!
Leave my boy Richie alone! Give me that camera!
Hit him, Eddie! Hit him! You are Sean Penn!
What did you hit him for?
Because I don't hit girls.
You sexist pig.
All right, then. This liberation game's a lark, isn't it, Richie? Let's get drunk.
Hey, you two are going to have to go before I call the police. I don't tolerate this kind of behaviour in my club, except from celebrities.
My boy Richie is reading the gossip column on breakfast TV tomorrow morning.
Is this true?
But of course, small minion, I am, of course, Richie Rich. So if you want a bench, get us some pop.
Hey, everybody, it's Richie Rich.
Let's have a look at those two over there, eh?
Eddie, those are potted plants. Yeah, you'd have to be really sloshed to fancy them.
Right, let's get really sloshed then.
Here we are, boys.
Thank you, landlady. Here's 5 pence.
Oh, Richie, man, what can I say?
Fantastic! I must prefer this club, and it's on the way home, really. So we'll just have one little drinking here.
And then we'll go straight home to bed.
Right. Well, I must say, of all the clubs we've been to tonight, this is the best. And it's still really on the way home, if you think about it.
Yeah, but you have to think pretty stupidly, Eddie. I mean, we are in Liverpool now.
Right. Let's think stupidly about it, then. Yeah. You know, there's an element missing to this evening, which no true man should be without.
I don't follow you, Eddie.
I wouldn't advise anyone to follow me, since my bottom resembles nothing more or less than a wind tunnel at the moment.
What's this element that no true man should be without?
Well, we've had a few drinks. We're out for a good time. What's your mind turning to?
Of course. Oh, blimey. Eddie, loosen my trousers, would you, old girl?
Well, why can't you do it?
Because you're the nearest.
All right,
Just stand by my tummy. Anyway, you have to do it anyway, because I said that you had to do it. And you have to do what I say, don't you? Because you're the pathetic nobody and I'm the great fantastic person. That's what your life's all about, isn't it, you zero?
Richard, have I ever told you the story about the tortoise and the hare?
Is it a dirty one?
No, that's the story about the tortoise and the donkey.
Tell me that one, then.
All right, then. There was once this really kinky tortoise. Seriously into M&S.
M&S?
Marks and Spencer's. He used to work in the lingerie department. And anyway, his supervisor, the donkey, used to think he was a really conscientious worker. But really, the tort was coming in early to try on all the bras and try on all the mitts. I think I'd better tell the story about the tortoise and the hare.
What, you mean you haven't got a punchline?
Yeah, that too. Anyway, who cares? We've got the cash, haven't we?
Yeah, we got the cash.
Yeah, right. Well, there was once this tortoise and this hare. And the tortoise was really slow and slothful. And called Richie Rich. Have you got it so far?
Look to the mote in thine own eye is my answer to this. Or rather, look to the 4 billion fags, 8 gallons of lager, and a couple of crinkly old copies of Mayfair in mine own eye.
Look, Richie, we're not talking about me, we're talking about you. And, of course, the hare, who is a real whiz-kid, go-getter, wisecracking gangster called Bobby Davro.
Me and Davs in a showbiz race. This is fantastic. Go on.
Well, the hare won totally, because Davro's got a bit of talent. And the tort got run over by a bus, because you're a talentless scumbag. And that's why you'll never have your own game show.
And that's the way you feel, is it?
Yep.
In which case it seems rather strange to me that they've asked me to go on breakfast tea in the morning. That reminds me, what time is it?
It's 4:15.
Right. What time have we got to be there?
4:30.
Right. Where are we?
Southampton.
All right, we better be quick, man. We've just got time for one more drink.
Right, a double?
Yeah.
Right.
Mr. Filthy, there's only 10 minutes left. I really am becoming very worried.
Yes, I know, Anne, my love. I am trying to trace them. I am considering every possibility. Hello, Battersea Dogs home? Yeah. Did you pick up a couple of large dogs last night? One wearing a Ponzi suit and the other with a copy of Health and Efficiency in his back pocket? No? Right, we'll sod you then.
Look, we're running out of time. The Pink Goddess has had a heart attack. She's been bending and stretching for so long.
Look, daughter, I'll try and put this as politely as I can. Shut your face, you silly old cow.
You have to save money on has-beens.
Hello, yes, Senior Service Club. Yes, I can hold. Hello, yes, do me a favour, would you? Look out the window and see if there's a couple of revolting offences to humanity wiggling their backsides and saying, we'll do anything for half of lager. There isn't? Right, we'll sod you then. Right, well, that's it, and my dear. I have tried every conceivable possibility. However, as I said, I do happen to have this manual, which I was hoping I could give a plug on your show instead.
Look, Mr. Filthy, I've told you before, TVAM is a family programme and we do not broadcast smut.
Good morning, Britain!
Here we are, 4:30 in the morning and bang on time. Oh, Gordon Honeycomb. Hello, love. Give me the papers and I'll finish the job.
Richie Rich and Eddie Catflap, what are you doing here? Honestly, the one time in my life I want you to let me down and you don't. Really, I lose all my faith in human nature. I really do, honestly.
We're filthy. You're stressed. You're stressed. We have to be here on time.
Which I thought was the one way of guaranteeing you wouldn't be.
Filthy, I don't know what you're talking about and I'm too drunk to care. This is where I begin my success story. From this small beginning, a showbiz empire will be built. Come on, Eddie.
Well, Mr. Filthy, I hope you're proud of yourself. Your plan to bring smut to TVAM has failed. We remain a good, clean family programme.
You really are as sweet and innocent as you look on the telly, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'm lovely. Good morning, if you've just joined us. Time for a look at this morning's newspapers now. And here's our guest reviewer, Mr. Richard Rich.
Oh, my little raspberry side.
Do the papers.
Oh, yeah, right. Here's the papers. Oh, is that it, then?
Read them.
Oh, yes. Just my little joke. Right. Hello, viewers. Here's last night's gossip in the newspapers. Let's start with John Fagin, the Daily Bastard, shall we? Always do something there. Ooh, this looks good. Embarrassing incident with bare bottom in local eatery. Pathetic and forgotten has-been, Richie Rich, showed just how low he... That's me. I thought his helmet was the toilet, claimed the has-been, as a policeman, but...
Mr. Richard Rich.
Oh, God, I think I'm going to be sick. Eddie! Eddie!
What?
This copper wants a statement.
Ah, right. All coppers are bastards.
Just tell me what you did earlier this evening, Peter.
Well, it had something to do with our trousers.
Exactly what you did.
For heaven's sake, we're still live. We're on air.
Don't worry, Anne, we'll just sort this out. You're amongst professionals now. What exactly did we do last night? Oh, yeah.
Shall we show it?
Yeah, let's show the world!
The defendants will please give order.
All right, matey boy. I'll have a pint of lager and a small sweet sherry for Bloodface here. Great gatherer, yes, I rather think it was.
Your Honour, I throw myself on the mercy of the court. I am only 14 years old. Give me your ward. Bring me up as your own, and in time we shall learn to love each other. I have been cruelly used and am an emaciated waif.
That's right, Your Honour. A 14 stone emaciated waif. I've got heavy bones, that's so.
Spare me, Your Honour, I am with child. Well, I'm with Eddie, that's much the same thing. It was him that made me do it.
Silence, I say again. Silence in my courtroom. Richard Rich and Edward Catflap, you stand accused of a sickening and degraded crime, a crime that strikes at the very heart of our society and mocks all that we hold decent and clean. You exposed your bottoms on TVAM, and what is worse, in front of, Miss Anne Diamond. How do you plead?
We plead like this, Your Majesty. Please, please, please let us off. Oh, go on, I'll be your best friend. I'll be your slave for life. We meant no harm. We thought Anne would appreciate a bit of a peek at the old tradesman's entrance.
Believe me, sir, you do yourself no good service with this spineless grovelling. Desist, I say, or it may be the worse for you.
Blimey, he's milking it a bit, isn't he? All it says in the script is shut your face, plot pad. This is the last time we use anyone from Rada, that's for death.
Far from appreciating your foul display, Miss Anne Diamond has stressed that two such raddled and acne-ridden old orifices have seldom been put before a sickened public, and has requested the severity of the sentence mirror the ugliness of the flaps. In the absence of any defence, I therefore sentence you to be shot. Take him down.
Oh, all right then. I thought that's why we got the shot in the first place.
We can make mine up. Look, they come.
Your Honour, I wish to speak on behalf of the defendants.
Oh, well, that's it then, isn't it? Goodbye, cruel world.
Mr. Guilty, I have passed sentence. The case is closed.
darling sweetheart, please don't shout. I have a delicate medical condition known as a hangover. I contend that vital evidence was not put before the jury, and that hence there should be a retrial.
And this evidence is?
Louis, the burden of the Crown's case to date has stood solely upon the alleged horrifying nature of my client's garden gates. I contend that a split second of TVAM videotape is not sufficient evidence to so damningly brand a man's rear loader. And hence I further contend that it is my client's right that the jury should view the evidence.
Jury will view the evidence.
Wanna look?
Excuse me, but we are still here, you know. I mean, never mind about hurting our feelings or anything.
Seems I have no option but to offer the defendants a conditional discharge. And that condition is that you find gainful employment outside of show business, in which you are clearly a menace to clean-living TV presenters like, Miss Anne Diamond. Case dismissed. As for you, Miss Filthy, I find you guilty of encouraging indecent exposure with intent to cause a public affray. And under the new criminal evidence anti-terrorist, the police can do what they bloody well like. I sentence you to be hung by the neck until dead.
Oh. Well, you probably won't be coming down the pub then, Filthy.
See ya.
Yeah.
Thanks, Filth. You're a mate. Poor old Filthy. Gonna get hanged just for getting us off.
Yeah. Still, we're all right, so sod him.
Yeah. Mind you, Eddie, are we all right? The judge says we've got to get gainful, non-showbiz employment. Otherwise, it's back in the jug for us.
What about stealing?
Of course, what a good idea. Yes, oh, it's very romantic, isn't it? Yes, oh, I can see me now. I am the unblemished soul, cast down amongst criminals, having to steal to stay alive, like Oliver Twist. I should have been in Oliver, you know. I went to the audition. Do you know what they said?
Sod off, ugly.
That's amazing. Were you there?
Anyway, Ollie Twisto didn't do so badly from his life of crime. No, thank you very much.
No, sirree, Bob, he certainly did not. After a brief spell of pickpocketing, a rich, kindly old gentleman discovered that he was the illegitimate child of his dead daughter and really a member of the middle class. So he saved him. Hey, Eddie, maybe the same thing will happen to us.
Yeah, maybe. Well, the chances are sort of vaguely against it, really, aren't they?
No, it's all in the book. Why, Doctor, Mr. Brownlow will say in his gruff but kindly voice, know ye not these two little urchins, Eddie and Richie? Study yonder portraits of my dead daughter. Surely you'll vouchsafe that their faces are just like Fanny's.
Speak for yourself.
Now, Ollie started in the workhouse, so what we must do is throw ourselves on the mercy of the state.
Richie, the state has no mercy. They enjoy watching people starve to death. It's called monetarism.
Oh, yes.
Let's cut straight to the pickpocketing.
Of course, yes. That's it. I've been entirely miscasting myself. The artful dodger. That's the part for me. Wandering around the town, whipping fine silk hankies out the pockets of fops and beaux as they parade about the place.
Right, let's practice. You try and get my wallet out of my back pocket without me noticing.
All right, Skip. Shouldn't be too difficult. You got hit by a bus last week and didn't notice, did you?
Yeah, well, I had a lot on my mind.
Well, you would do with a bus on your head, wouldn't you?
Brilliant joke, Richie.
Wasn't a bad one, was it? That was rather good. Right. Could we please just get on with the play? Who knows who's watching? Mrs. Thatcher's probably watching. Any the damn thing won't budge.
Well, of course not. It's nailed to my bottom. Can't be too careful these days. There's a lot of pickpockets about.
Oh, this is ridiculous. We'll never get gainful employment this way. And if we don't, the judge will send us back to prison. I know what I'll do. I'll phone Filthy. He's my agent. It's his responsibility to get us work.
He's in prison under sentence of death.
Selfish bastard! Filthy! Great to see you. Commiserations and all that. Here's half a Mars bar.
Yes, I had your laugh, I'm afraid, but not to worry, I gave you a bit of wipe down.
Yeah, mind you, you should have seen what he wiped it with. Now then, filthy.
God, I'm ill. Prison does not agree with me. This morning I coughed so hard I blew my kidney out my backside.
For God's sake, stop whinging, you selfish little toady. Me and Eddie are in deep trouble because of what you did. Just because you got us off, the judge said we've got to get some gainful employment.
You want me to help you?
Well, you're my agent.
I'm also under sentence of death. All right, I'll help you if you do one small thing.
Filthy anything.
I want you to get me a short piece of 1-inch steel piping.
What for?
If I told you that, I'd ruin the plot, wouldn't I, Eddie?
Well, there's not a lot to ruin, is there, really? I'd only call this meaningless stream of bots and knobgags a plot, would you?
Eddie, it will all come clear in the end. Just go and get the piping.
Righty, dokey. Here you go, filthy. Hey, here's a bit of a gag to line the toe. What's the similarity between this toilet bowl and your head?
I neither know nor care.
When you bang them together, they both go clunk.
Eddie, if you can't get a laugh without cynical recourse to lavatory humour, you might just as well keep quiet. Oh, right, there you are, Filthy. There's the pipe. Now it's your turn to do something for us. You've got to suggest a job.
Right, well, daughters, I've been thinking, and it strikes me that to date your career can be summed up in 2 words.
Oh, star-spangled.
Complete disaster. So, the first thing we must ask ourselves is, what are your qualities and talents?
Right, well, that's that out of the way. What shall we do next?
This is no time to mince with words, Eddie. We must be honest. Richie is a lying, cheating, vicious, right-wing bastard with the sexual sophistication of a mentally retarded donkey. Which means you are ideally suited to be...
A journalist? You mean join the scum?
Become a journo?
Yes.
What shall we do for encore, filthy? Set fire to a hospital?
What you've got to do is go and see Dingo Wucker, the big Australian publisher.
Mr. Wucker, sir, the men who wrote with the letters of introduction are here as appointed, sir.
Oh, Christ, yes, I remember. Say, what are their tits like?
They're men, sir.
Dingo Wucker, billionaire and ordinary bloke. Good day.
Pretty rich, mega celeb, resting for tax purposes, an amazing bloke. Good day.
Edward Catflap, extraordinary fart impressionist. Good day.
Good day. Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Well, you certainly come with excellent credential. Letter of introduction from Mrs. Thatcher and Jimmy Tarbuck.
Fatto and Tarbo, bloody great mates.
Yeah, forged, of course. Then you want to be journos, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh.
In fact, I was impressed by the audacity of it. Take a seat.
I thought you never ask. Take the weight off me plates. Put my butt on a spot. Save my bunions.
Now, you take it easy, boys. He said bunions as English for horrible feet. They thought you said unions. You didn't say unions, did you, you slimy little English commie? Maybe you did. Maybe you said unions after all.
Look, I said bunions, you
There, you said it again, you bastard! Mr. Wucker, we hate unions and you saved England by destroying them. How clever you were to move your premises to Wapping so that under Thatcher's new union laws, you could sack everyone after many years' service. And when they gathered outside your gates to protest at their impending starvation, how lucky we taxpayers were to be able to pay for thousands of police to keep them away from your huge stash of cash which they'd earned for you in the first place.
Get on with it, Richie. The bar closes in an hour.
Does it?
Mr. Ridge, I'm thrilled to see how much you support my anti-communist actions. You're hired. I'll get you an assignment straight away from the editor. He's in the copy room. I know where he is because I keep him on the end of this bit of string. That way I can be sure he has full editorial freedom from me, his publisher. Well, this story of yours about the Chancellor of the Exchequer, couldn't you work a bird into it some way? Come on, you can't look, you're a journo, for God's sake. Take some pride in your work. Who is this Chancellor for a start?
Well, he's a government minister, Mr. Wucker.
Ah, it's a he, huh? Ah, that means he's knobbed somebody recently, right? Find out who, offer her 200 quid and get her to do us a topless. If she won't, have a house robbed, pinch her photo albums and find me a tits-out sunbathing shop.
I don't think Mrs. Lawson's ever been tits out Sunday.
Who the hell's Mrs. Lawson? How old's she?
I don't know, 50, 55?
Is she a lovable granny?
I doubt it.
How many more times do I have to tell people I'm not interested in women over 25 unless they're lovable grannies? Now, don't argue with me about this. I see our whole budget coverage as a 6-tit story, maybe even 7. 7 tits? Yeah. Profile shot, very tasteful. See them with me. Now, I bought you these 2 new cub reporters.
Yeah, dibby-dibby-dub-dub-dub.
They're celebrity experts.
That's us. Shazing!
Yes, and you're in luck. You've got something big straight off. Tell them, Bill. Right. We've had a call from the PM. She's worried about all these pop stars doing loads of charity work.
Oh, well, I think it'll be a charity bill shut up. Dreadful screeching. James Last and Roger Whittaker are the only half-decent rockers I know.
Oh, I don't know. The Wombles can certainly kick ass.
Shut your beer suckers and listen. Bob Geldof and Midyear alerted people to the starving millions, right? Now, the PM is worried that somebody's going to click that the starvation is actually caused by the rich countries screwing everything they can get out of the third world. So, we are going to smear Sir Bob.
Oh, sounds saucy. What are we going to smear him with?
Listen, Largo Brains, we're going to get this do-gooder. Now, this is what I want you to do. We're getting reports that Bob Geldof...
No. Midyear.
What?
We're getting reports that Midyear.
Look here.
What are you talking about, Eddie?
They couldn't get Bob Geldof for the show. We had to settle for Midyear.
Yeah. Let me just get this straight. We have booked a man for my show called Midge.
Well, it's all we can get for a bottle of woodpecker and a snog with a stage doorman.
Look here, I'm a semi-professional actor.
Oh, for God's sake, get on with it, you old ham. Doing this with us means you'll probably get a panto next year. Get on with it.
Right. We're getting reports that Midyear is a Soviet agent and is having an affair with Mrs. Thatcher. I want the pics. I want the story.
Juicy. Where did we get the info? Undercover investigation? Squealer in the Ultravox entourage?
Don't be a moron. We made it up. That's why we know we can be sure of all the facts. Now, piss off. Right. And hey, let's be careful out there.
Right, Eddie, this is the plan. I'll keep him talking, you sneak inside, plant Thatch in his bed, spread the Russian stuff around a bit, and get the pics.
Right. While we're at it, why don't we go the whole way and bung in a goat or an underage chicken or something like that?
Would you please keep the diseased flushings of your leprous mind to yourself? We are British journos. Good Lord, I hope we have some moral code. Now shut up and let's get on with framing Midge. I'll deal with the butler first. Hey, maybe it'll be a maid. Midge is after all a feminist, so he's bound to be an equal opportunities employer. Hey, maybe we'll be on for a bit of sex.
Yeah. Bound to happen.
Hello, my dear. Goodness, but you're attractive. Get a load of this. All right, so it's Midge-year. Don't you behave like a bunch of mindless sycophants? My sake, Gideon, he sells a couple of crappy records to a bunch of screaming knickerwetters and you'll behave like he's God. I put my guts out doing jokes and I can't even get on blankety blank. Right, sorry, Mr. Let's start again, shall we? I am a police officer. Here's my card.
This is a library ticket.
Is it? Oh, damn. Police. Right, there you are.
Oh, yes, officer. What can I do for you?
Well, Mr. I have reason to believe that you've been holding all-night sex parties in that bus shelter down the road.
Ridiculous. I hold my all-night sex parties at Gildor's place.
Dear, what's it like? Well, nevertheless, I must ask you to accompany me down the road.
You're making a big mistake here.
Not as much as you did, mate, agreeing to do this in the first place.
It is now the next day.
And tomorrow is a historic day for British justice. The first execution under the new Police Act. A government spokesman said that bringing back hanging was a return to traditional values. There are plans to continue the process with the restoration of beheading and eventual ritual slaughter of innocents by druids. The condemned man, Ralph Filthy, a theatrical agent, spoke out from his cell.
I should like to thank all my clients for their many letters and messages of support. Unfortunately, there haven't been any. Also, if the landlord of Biggin's illegal drinking joint and Peepo bar is tuned in, I left an unfinished drink in the snug the other day. Pop it over, be a looby.
A moving final appeal from a man.
You know, I've missed old Filthy. Last December with the meat cleaver. Missed him. Point blank range. Been through with my mum's air pistol. Missed him. It just goes to show, if you want a job doing properly, it's best not to drink 16 pints of lager before.
Oh, God. That bitch of boots. She wouldn't give me the photos unless I paid her. I promised her a mention on the next programme, but she wouldn't budge. So I punched her and nicked them. I must say, I'm enjoying the moral laxity that accompanies being a journo.
Yeah, what are the pics like? Any good?
Don't know, I haven't looked yet. I hope they're really dirty. I could do with a bit of a look at something dirty. I really could.
Well, you're welcome to a look at my duvet. But be careful, it ain't the dog last week.
Eddie, these photos are brilliant. Perfect sex pics of Mrs. Thatcher in mid-year's bed. This is brilliant. We're on our way to our first front page. Let's go and show Bill the editor. He'll be so proud.
Hang on. I've just had a thought.
Well, maybe we should bake a cake. 30 years on from his mother's womb, and Eddie Catflap's had his first fort. It's really rather a solemn moment, isn't it?
Richie.
What?
I think there's something rather unpleasant on your trouser area. What? My head.
Bloody hell, that hurt, Eddie. Ow, no, that really hurt. That really...
I must say, it's a lot harder than I was expecting.
Miss, these photos, they're so fantastically sexy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we shouldn't take them to the papers. Maybe we should take them to Midge himself. How much do you think he'd pay for them?
Eddie, are you suggesting that we blackmail the world's greatest rock star?
No, I'm suggesting we blackmail Midge.
Oh, hello again, officer.
Aha! We're not police officers, Midge, you poor dupe. We're journos!
God, the scum.
That's right, from the Daily Bastard!
That's us! Our cards! Now then, Mr. Take a look at these, and bear in mind that we've got the negatives.
Yes, right here.
No, we've got the negatives in a highly secret place. Not very nice, are they? Let me paint a little picture for you, Mr. Midge. Imagine a record store where your new album, U-Vox, has just come out. I shall play a mother, Eddie, my daughter, Cynthia. Action.
Oh, Mummy, look at the lovely new album by Ultravox. Can I buy it? He's so handsome and talented, even though he sings like he's got a whippet down his trousers.
No, you may not buy it, Cynthia. Midge is a filthy pervy. I read it in the Daily Bastard. Not a very pretty picture, is it?
Not really, no.
Of course, for £200,000 million.
Yes, and the royalties from your fantastic single, Shut Up in Your Face. What's the matter, you? Hi, got no respect, oh, shut up in your face.
Fantastic, hardy hop, decent bit of work you ever did.
Yeah, so if you give us all that...
Then these pics need never see the light of day.
Well, that would be a shame.
What?
Well, you know the business, Rich. You're a pro. You know that things like this don't harm stars like you and I anymore. In fact, a bit of scandal's actually quite good for the career. And I've not had much publicity recently, so, great. Go for it. Publish.
Edward?
Yes, I think I understand. Cop this, Mr. Midge.
Oh, God, how embarrassing. Demoted on our first day. Look at us now. Reduced to covering a common hanging. What's more, it's only filthy. I wouldn't mind if it was somebody interesting.
The condemned man ate a hearty breakfast consisting of 40 fags and a bottle of scotch. Unfortunately, we were unable to comply with his last request due to objections from the RSPCA.
Bloody do-gooders.
The prisoner will mount the scaffold.
It is a far, far better thing that I do now than what I have ever done before.
Well, that can't be very hard for you then, can it? Since everything else you've done's been crap.
Hey, filthy! Did you know that it's a scientific fact that when you get home...
Yes, I did know that, Eddie, actually. Ironic, really. First one I've had in 15 years and I won't be here to enjoy it.
Only joking, Filtho. Actually, we're both very, 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 very sad. Mind, there's no sense in moping, is there?
No.
That's all right, Eddie. I mean, after all, as I prepare to die, I have only one regret.
Which is?
I wish I wasn't being executed.
Sounds reasonable.
Filthy, it is time.
No. Hang on. My flash hasn't warmed up yet.
See you in that great dressing room in the skies, Luby.
Yeah, bye.
Encore! Well hung! The government would like us to warn children that hanging is extremely dangerous, even though more than half of them want to bring it back.
Right, that's it, you lot. Go on, the party's over. Son off. There's plenty more where this one came from.
Oh, God, Filthy, you're alive!
Well, of course I am, Richie. I've got to be in the next series, haven't I? That's when you can really force your wages up.
But how? I've got some bloody great lines this week, haven't I? You're alive and but how? Come on, get on with this. I want to get to a bit with lots of me in it.
That bit of piping you gave me, Eddie. It's an old Newgate trick. You stuff it down your throat and stops your windpipe collapsing. That's what I did.
But how can you have, Filthy? The pipe is still in the prison cell.
Is it? Oh, well, in that case, it must have been this safety harness that saved me then.
God, what a rotten day.
Well, let's go home and think about it then, shall we?
Yeah.
I knew nothing good had come of joining the scum.
Oh, yes. It's easy to say something clever, isn't it? Except it isn't really for you, is it? Because you're so thick.
Look, boys, shut up, I'm trying to think. Now, it strikes me that what we should do is take a leaf out of Midgie's book and do what he does.
What? Wander about with designer stubble wiggling our butts like we just sat on a Magimix?
Edward, you seem absolutely determined to ruin whatever chance we ever had of being bought a drink in the bar by him after the show. He's got pots of money, you know.
Look, stop it, boys. Shut up. All I'm saying is that if someone as experienced in the business as Midgie says that all publicity is good publicity, then what we should do is write about Richie.
Of course! Get paid to promote my own career!
And what are we going to write about your fascinating lifestyle? Drunk has-been goes to the pub. Fat failure cricks his neck, ogling girl's bottom.
Well, it's better than you, isn't it? Lobotomized blubber mountain farts occasionally.
Yeah, well, it's not me that's trying to be scandalous, is it?
Well, lots of what I do is very fascinating indeed. I'm sure the Gen Pub will be very interested to read about my outrageous exploits.
That's right, Richie, you tell him.
Yeah.
Like what?
What about my drug problem?
Which is?
Well, we've run right out of aspirin, and I'm getting very fond of night nurse.
Ah, great. I can just see the headlines now. Richie Rich pinches a 4-ounce cheeseburger. I spent all my cash on night nurse, wailed the has-been to anyone else prepared to listen, which was no one.
Look, can you boys have forgotten so soon the first rule of journalism? Lie.
Of course. Just make it up. It's got to be spicy and with it. Sex, drink, nightclubs.
I've got it. Richie has some sex and a drink in a nightclub.
No. What about Richie has sex with a knight whilst drunk in a club?
Good. What about Richie gets put in the club by a drunk during the night?
Richie, don't be ridiculous. That's far too chintzy.
Yes.
What you need is innuendo.
Of course. And I am the king of innuendo. What about Richie grasps his whopper in a club? His drink, I mean, madam.
Fabulous! It's Guardian Journalist of the Year for you, my lad!
Now, I'm beginning to have second thoughts about this whole all publicity being good lark. I mean, I've been in the business a long time. I can remember when Andrew Gardner blew off on News at 10. Bong. Good evening, this is the news. Tense moment. The nation held its breath. So did Anna Ford, I'm told.
What a nice story, Filthy. Is it relevant?
Of course it's real, Richie, darling. Couldn't be realer. Now, it seems to me that as journos, you are in a unique position to destroy careers here. And if you destroyed enough of them, there'd only be
me left.
Exactly.
Filthy, are you suggesting that we systematically smear everyone in British show business until there's only Richie Rich left and then the BBC will have to give him a job?
Well, why the hell not? I deserve a lucky break as much as anyone.
Well, as As you know, boys, I rarely get excited, but right now, I feel like I've been locked in an off-licence. This must be the most comprehensive piece of libel in the history of journalism. every single person in show business individually slandered with you totally exonerated, Richie. There can't have been such a catalogue of lies, half-truths and self-congratulations since Ian McGregor's account of the miners' strike.
Now, you're sure we've got everyone here? Vera Lynn.
Vera Lynn. Adolf Hitler's lover, rumoured to be a man.
Grange Hill kids.
Yes, the luck children of Jimmy Savile and Nana Muscuri.
Outrageous! Lofty from EastEnders.
Well,
you know why they call him Lofty?
It's incredible, isn't it? We must have the whole of show business there.
From the very bottom,
Roland Rat.
to the very top, Benny Hill.
The governor. Benny Hill. The Beeb's got Ronnie Barker, but ITV's got the governor. Benny, 150 years in the biz.
And still telling the same joke.
Yeah?
No, I've seen the original seaside postcard he got it off.
A national treasure. Right, come on, we've got the dirt. Let's go and show Mr. Wacker.
Absolute dynamite. We're going to blow every other paper off the street.
So you are going to publish, then?
Publish? We certainly are. We're going to publish nothing else. There's massive new legislation on the economy, on industrial relations and the NHS. But we're going to forget all that because this is a newspaper and nothing gets in the way of showbiz gossip.
Right, too.
I tell you, as we printed this lot, I don't know who the TV companies are going to use.
Right, well, we'll be on our way then, shall we, Mr. Wacker?
Yeah. See you. Hey, I suppose there is some microscopic evidence for all these allegations. I mean, we only need the tiniest crumb, but we got to have something.
Yes, Mr. Wacker, it's all completely and utterly true.
Mr. Wacker, I just want it noted down, but it was Edward Didgeridoo Catflap who said we have the proof.
Right. How do you spell tits?
Oh, dear. Never worked so hard in all my life. Get the telly on.
Which channel?
It doesn't matter which channel is on all of them.
In a moment, it's time. Half an hour's sparkling entertainment from Richie Rich. That's followed at 7:30 by Top of the Riches. And at 8 o'clock, there's Life on Richie, a fascinating insight into the natural evolution of Richie Rich. Rich time.
Hello, mums. Hello, dads. Hello to all the family. God bless Gran. And don't forget the kids. God bless the dog. You're all nice people in this nice world. But I'm the nicest of all. Because I'm in showbiz. Watch me now. Showbiz. I'm in showbiz. 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 So drive safely and the best of British to you. From me, everybody. Good old Richie Rich.
I think it's rubbish. I'm going to vomit.
I can think of no higher compliment. Jack, this is brilliant. I did this. All the family, mums, dads, grands, and of course the kids. Don't forget the kids. Look after mum, kids, and try and steer clear of the loony death.
Hello, yes, British Airways. No, I cannot hold. This is ground.